On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And we're just giggling over here.
We're giggling. We're having a gay old time.
Oh, what do you call me?
Gay and old, honey.
That's us. I'm gay.
Me too.
That's it. We're dropping bombs every single episode now. Last week, it was me moving to Tennessee. This week, it's Madison. She's coming out of the closet.
Coming out, honey. I'm not coming out as old, I'll tell you that.
She's ready for her crew cut.
God.
No, in all seriousness.
Oh,
it's time to get serious.
It's time to get serious. We do have to address last week's video. I was a little blurry, okay? We're still figuring it out, you guys.
We're new to all of this.
We're new to it, but we're true to it, and we're sticking with it.
Be kind.
Yeah, be kind, okay?
Spread love.
Spread love.
How about that?
I texted you. I'm like, wow, I look awful, and you look fabulous. So there you have it. You looked great.
You looked great. Your hair looks great today.
Thank you. I have tracks hanging off the back of my head. Just
perfect.
Clip these suckers in so fast.
She's a girl on the go.
But you know what?
Is what she is.
I was like, you know what? Continuity is everything in filmmaking. And so I had to, I had long hair last week. I can't have shorter hair this week and then long hair next week.
No.
We're professionals, so.
We're documentarians is what some would say.
Some would say that.
We would.
Yeah. Exactly.
Give us what do they win?
Oh, Emmy. No. Yeah. Emmys, Oscars, they win everything.
Give them to us. That's right. A Grammy too.
Oh, and luck be a lady tonight. Put me on a theater stage. Did you see that in Las Vegas, they're going to make a retro vintage theme park?
No, but I love that. And I would love to go to it.
I would love to go to it too. And we are going to Vegas in May.
In May.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Maybe a live show. We really got to work on that.
We really do. We are going to hunker down during January and do all of the planning for next year's touring because put us on the road. Put us on the road.
The road again.
This was the first year that we really didn't do any real touring, I feel like, in the past couple of years. And I think we took some time off and now we're back, which was actually good because imagine if we had also a tour scheduled while I was moving, because I've done local moves during that that was the last time, but
2025 has been fucking crazy, I think, for everybody.
Dude, every single person that I talk to shares like a very similar sentiment, but I'm also just like, this is the world we live in right now, because I feel like we could probably say the same thing for 2024.
No,
I think
not for me. 2025 was like life altering in good ways.
It was in some ways for me too, I guess, but yeah, actually in a lot of ways. I feel like I got engaged.
Yeah.
I feel like I moved so far away from my girly.
Oh, my girly. Yesterday we were talking.
Who?
You and
Us?
me. Yeah.
About what?
We were just talking. Well, we've had a couple conversations.
Uh-huh.
I was in a mood the other day, and I was like, I called somebody a bitch on a scooter because he didn't move. But we were like, ugh, fuck everybody. If there were 20 people on a cliff, we'd choose each other.
Oh, we said it. I said, if there was a train full of children and you were on the other train and I had to throw one of them off the tracks to save a life, I'd choose you.
Okay. Yep. Period. Clock it.
All we need, baby. Don't think that one day Madison and I won't be living in a little old house together with
in
all
Palm
of
Springs.
all of our taxidermied dogs.
And your taxidermied lizard, Yaki's probably, he's old. He's 9.
Oh, yeah. You guys, I got a taxidermy lizard.
Oh, yeah. You showed it on Instagram, not on here.
On Instagram. You can see
Yaki.
it on Instagram.
Why don't you bring it and show us? Can you grab it?
She's so far away. Oh. Well, here's the thing, actually, is I had to buy a new glass globe that goes over her. Mm-hmm. Because yesterday I was actually having one of those days too, where I was like, it was one of those days like where they talk about like your belt loop gets hooked on the door and then you drop your coffee and you want to just absolutely lose it all. You're willing to just like, I want to drive my car.
Yeah. You're like,
into a wall.
I'm so dangerous right now because I have nothing to lose.
Someone do it.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking reason.
Yeah.
And so that was like how my day started. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to film Cult Leader for the first time in months. Haven't filmed. I got everything all set up. And then I realized that a piece of equipment that I need for recording Cult Leader specifically was not here. And so I had to order a new one. I was like all pissed off. And I was like, I'm just going to try and do it without it. I'm like, I've had it, right? I'm like, one more fucking thing. One more thing. I'm like, was looking for things, like opening boxes that are left, like sweating, just like, I'm going to fucking lose it, man.
Yeah.
I finally set up and I sit down and I'm like, welcome back to Cult Leader. Fucking my lighting rig falls. Knocks my taxidermied lizard off the desk. Her mouth is like this.
No, it like broke it.
I fixed it all. She's fine now.
Wow.
But her globe, like she was like encased in this glass globe. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can see it on my Instagram. But that whole thing shattered. Both the dogs come running in my office like, what's going on? And it's like, you're making it worse. Like, you're making it actually worse. I need you. I was like talking to them like they were just assholes. And I was like, can you guys give me a minute? I felt like Joan Crawford. I'm like, get out of here.
No
give
more
me a minute.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to lose it. And I was like, I can't lose my mind over a taxidermy lizard. But then this morning, I think it passed on to the champ because he was getting ready for work. And he's like, oh shit, like I got to be in the office and whatever, 10 minutes, I got to go. And so he was about to leave for work. And as soon as he goes out the door, he gets into his car. And he sends me a picture, and it is his green juice that he makes every morning had spilled all over his fucking car.
No.
All over his like work bag and like everything. And I had that day yesterday, so I was like very empathetic towards it. So I was like, I was laughing. He was laughing too. And I just went out like and just fucking helped him clean it all out of his car. But I was just like, damn, you got it today. Like I passed it on to you. And I mean, I ended up giving him because he makes us this green juice every morning, like fresh veggies, fresh everything, like celery, fruits, and protein. And it's just so nice because it takes, a lot of time. I felt so bad. I was like, here, you can take mine. But I put it in one of my cups with a lid on it. And I was like, here, take this.
Oh, God, I hate those days. Those are like when you put your coffee on the roof of your car and you're excited to drink it and you drive off with it.
Oh, my God. It's truly like, it's funny because when you're in those moments, something can happen. Like I went to the gym, right? And my wallet fell while I was getting in the car and I saw it fall on the ground. And like, that's a normal thing. We can be like, oh, whoops. And like reach down and grab it if you're in a good mood. If you're in that kind of mood, you're like,
of course.
I'm going to fucking leave it here. Yeah. I'm leaving my wallet here.
I'm leaving it here. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Oh, I know. I fucking get it. I totally get it.
When I was a bachelor, it was fine because I could just be crazy and alone, right? But then, like, it's like, obviously now, you know, I'm sharing a life with someone. I feel like you gotta fucking keep it composed, you know?
Yeah.
Forces me to, like, just fucking get over it.
I feel bad because Cisco fucking gets it, but...
Well, you guys have also been together since you were, like, in your early 20s. So he's seen all sides.
Oh, he's seen it all, honey, and it's not... He's seen the worst.
The champ got the therapized version of me.
Yeah.
He got the post-therapy.
Right. But you know what? Sometimes all the amount of therapy can't stop you from wanting to leave your wallet in the street because you've just had it. You know?
Oh, he's definitely seen me in a mood and vice versa. And especially a cross-country move, girl, while you're trying to plan a wedding. I don't
know how you did it.
A savant. An angel amongst men.
You know what? You should be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
God, imagine.
I know.
Okay. In retrospect, I always am able to remind myself, like, hey, none of this is a big fucking deal. Like, there's real problems in the world. I mean, we live in a dystopian society, and not to go there, but like, regardless of political beliefs, I'm sorry, I have to say something.
Yeah.
Regardless of political beliefs, the fact that people are literally getting their benefits cut while they're building a ballroom in the White House is so... You have to, regardless of where you are.
I know.
Right, left, mid, whatever. You have to agree that this is like fucking dystopian. It's
scary.
Bizarre.
I know. It is so bizarre.
And people are like, oh, well, he's paying for it himself. It's like, where does that money come from? Every politician is taking our money, like everyone's money, and pocketing it and lining their pockets with it. So again, doesn't matter if you're a liberal, doesn't matter if you're a conservative, they're all fucking taking our money. And it's dystopian to build a fucking ballroom while a gold ballroom, while people are literally getting their benefits cut left and right. So,
and if you don't, get SNAP benefits or anything like that, it still is going to affect you in crazy ways. So
yeah, I don't think people realize like the ripple effect of everything.
I know. It's scary.
And I'm not even a fear monger. I'm not even like, I don't fucking like talking about this shit here.
You're the least fear mongery person.
Because I don't
take everything with a grain of salt, but like this,
you can't buy into all of it. Because I do think there's so much like scare tactics in the media and headlines because they all want us have us be in a fucking place and divided and this, that, the other. But it's just like this shit. I'm just like, girl, fucking get fucked. Like this is fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, on a lighter note, we had fun weekends. Not with each other, which I hate, but
I know. It makes me want to claw my eyes out.
I know.
When I see you having a party that I can't go to.
I had a pumpkin carving party that was so fun.
It looked so cute. Well, we FaceTimed before so I could see everything.
Yeah. It was, I was telling you, I was like, it felt very nostalgic. It felt like 90s Halloween. Kids are carving pumpkins. Everyone's laughing. And like, it was just such a good time. And then the night before, I went to a tiki zombie party. And I drank...
So fun.
I drank rum, honey. I was not feeling good the next day.
Ooh. I think I didn't hear from you until about noon your time the next day.
Yeah. It was, and I woke up like, fuck, I gotta get ready.
But it looked so cute.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so cute. So fun. Wish you were there, though.
Me too.
I want you to surprise me one day like a soldier coming home from war. And
I'm coming home.
And walk in.
Coming home.
I would love it. God. But okay, you got to do the most iconic Nashville thing.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Which was go to the Opry.
Yes, I went to the Grand Ole Opry, which we had actually gone to when we were on tour here a couple years ago. We got to go. But this time, one of the gals that I've met here, her husband is the executive producer of the Grand Ole Opry. And so...
Amazing.
She's like, you know, if you guys want to come and like see a show, like let me know. And I said, oh, we want to come see a show.
Yeah.
And so we got the full VIP experience. We got to like go see all the people in their green room. Like everyone's fucking Carrie Underwood, Amy Grant. They're all like getting ready. Vince Gill was there. It was so cool. We got to watch the opening of the show from like the side stage. And so it was cool because we got to like see the little countdown and the curtains go up. And it was just like really cool to see.
Incredible.
And then we went into the audience and watched the rest of the show because, you know, you want to see it.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. Yeah. The rest of the weekend was pretty much just we're still like settling in. There's definitely still a few boxes to be unpacked.
And you also met some other friends too and had.
I'm making friends, met some friends at the gym, went out with this girl and her husband on Sunday and hung out. And I told Madison, I said, don't worry. You've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I gotta go out there and pee on you or something.
What?
Mark my territory, honey.
She's got a piss kink, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
You heard it here.
Wait a second. Before I forget, though. So we're recording this, and you'll get this after Halloween. But I changed my Halloween costume. I'm going to still wear the creature from the Black Lagoon thing the night before. But on actual Halloween, so our good friend Alyssa is going to be Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
It's incredible. We'll put a picture in.
She's so incredible with Halloween. I had said I would be Dr. Evil, but then she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to get a prosthetic. And so I was like, oh, I'll just do the creature from the Black Lagoon. And she's like, well, I got the prosthetic. You have to be Dr. Evil. And so yesterday, Spence, I went out. I had to get a bald cap. I had to get spirit gum, liquid latex, like everything. So I'm going to have
all
to
the
create
things.
a scar. Yeah. I like feel like I'm
Oh,
back
I forgot about the scar.
Yeah. But then I had to go thrift men's suit pants and a men's suit jacket.
Oh, for like the gray suit.
Yes. And I ordered the actual like costume, but I don't know if it'll be here in time. So I had to get backup. So then
I love it.
I had to get like white shoes and stuff. But I was like trying on these men's suits in the store.
Like, she's starting over.
Yeah. Like, this will be good. And then when I checked out, the guy was like looking at like, oh, okay. Like, because I'm just like, here.
Let her. Well, I just saw Maya Rudolph actually doing an interview, and she was in like this really oversized men's suit, and I thought it was cool.
Okay,
I think that's kind of
go.
in right now. I think that's kind of like a look right now. So maybe you can repurpose it.
My body type needs a cinched something, or I look crazy. But yeah, now I have a men's suit.
Perfect. Give it to Cisco after.
Oh, yeah. You know, I have to go to a funeral tomorrow. So
for who?
Maybe I'll wear.
Oh, I know for who. Mm-hmm. Sad.
I'm going to the viewing.
Okay.
But I can't go to the funeral.
Yeah. One of this guy that we both mutually know through our guys, which I don't know if we've ever talked about in here. Cisco and the Champ used to work for the same company.
Yeah.
They worked with all the same people and everything. Like,
it's such a small world. And our friend Alyssa had moved to Portland.
And met the Champ. She lived there for like 6 months.
I know.
And when I was like stalking the Champ when I first met him, because I was like, oh shit, like I really like him. This is gonna go somewhere. I fucking knew. And I like was like looking him up, and I saw his Facebook, and I saw we had a mutual friend, and it was Alyssa, and I was like, oh,
crazy, small world,
interesting.
I know.
Thank God though. I love having people vouch for other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, everyone who knows the Champ always has great things to say about him. So it's like, yeah. Well. You know what he's not?
And the same for us. What?
He's not an asshole.
He's not an asshole, Madison. And I do have some assholes for us. And this first one says, am I the asshole? Do I get to be upset? I was texted about a family member's death.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
I recently was informed about the passing of an uncle, and I want to know if I'm overreacting to how I was told. My mother is one of 8 children, and I have very fond memories of all my uncles and aunts. Growing up, we spent as much time as possible with them, given the limitations of time, distance, and money. We spent more time with the ones closer to us, and I cherish all those memories. One uncle was diagnosed a few years ago with Parkinson's disease, which my brother and I were not told about until we saw him in person with a cane. He's been on a slow decline ever since, and the family was preparing to say goodbye. Yesterday, I got the news from my mother that he passed. I was obviously upset and sad, but we were sort of prepared for the news. However, I'm more upset with the way in which I was told. She texted it to me and my brother with minimal details because she had none, just that he had passed. My mother did this in the middle of my workday and knowing full well I would be calling her later. She could have waited for our daily chat to tell me over the phone rather than through a text message. I understand she just lost one of her brothers, but this isn't the first time I've gotten bad news through text, and I honestly feel like it's in bad taste. But I also wonder if I'm overreacting. Am I the asshole?
I don't think you're an asshole, but I think everyone was probably in shock and just trying to do the best that they could.
Yeah, this person was voted an asshole. Different people had different reasons for doing so, but I feel like a common one was just like, you're making it about you.
That's true. I would never sit there and think, I deserved a phone call.
Yeah, unless it's like, obviously, like your husband or your parent or something. It's like, yeah, or like your sibling, but yeah. The mom also probably, was just in shock, just like, okay.
Don't be mad about how you got the information. Just be happy that you got the information quick.
Yeah, because people used to ride horses to deliver letters. So.
Pigeons.
Uh-huh.
Are you kidding me? You should be lucky.
Yeah.
Be grateful.
Okay, this next one says, am I the asshole for considering getting my uncle arrested after my dad died?
Okay, let's hear it.
Do it.
Yeah, tell us when and where.
Can we watch? It says, my 18 female dad passed away about 2 months ago, and I moved away like 2 or so years ago with my mom to a different country. They're divorced. I am his eldest daughter. I have 2 younger half-sisters, 11 and 8, because my dad had another wife. They divorced as well. I have always had a tumultuous relationship with my relatives on my dad's side, mostly because they never cared to be involved in my life, and in fact were the driving force behind him leaving and starting another life, especially his mother, who mostly pulled the reins. But we had a mostly good relationship, and in fact, the last couple of years, he bridged the gap between me and my sisters. He was the only reason I even knew about my relatives because they were never present in my life until recently. So, when he suddenly died, they took his things immediately. In particular, my dad's youngest brother, even though legally he couldn't take anything yet, took my dad's phone, second car, and bank cards. He apparently withdrew somewhere around $3,000 or possibly more from his accounts. But now, thanks to the help of my dad's lawyer back home, I was appointed executor of his estate. And we've tried to talk to him to, at the very least, return the cards and account for the use of the money because he claims he used it to support my little sisters and pay for some funeral expenses. But it's been a month of poor excuses, incriminating text messages where he claims it was his money to take in the first place, insults directed at my mom like calling her a disease that I apparently need to be cured of, and berating my lawyer and avoiding the calls from my dad's ex-wife because she needs the money that he took for my sister's education. On top of that, I recently found out that him and his siblings went to court to inquire on how I can be removed as executor and one of them placed instead of me, his literal first child, who is legally an adult. And earlier on, when I was first appointed, my grandmother, who mind you has 6 other children who are alive and well and can still take care of her, wanted to be made a beneficiary alongside me and my sisters. So because he essentially stole the money and is proud of doing so and will most likely not be giving us any solid accountability for its use that he claims, the only option left is getting him arrested and accounting for his actions. He refuses to see how he's in the wrong, and in my country, I, as the executor, am the one in charge of all the things he had, and if I fail at the end of all the procedures for accounting for my dad's entire estate, I could potentially face charges for withholding information or possessions. I think in this case, these people have never done anything good for me nor my dad when he was alive except add to his stress. I owe them, especially my uncle, nothing. I have tried to be patient, but I think it's finally time they realize that consequences exist. And the only way in my eyes at this point is by pressing theft charges. Would I be the asshole?
No, do it.
Girl, press those fucking charges.
Yeah.
People are snakes. We talk about it all the time. I've dealt with this. You know, you have no idea. When somebody dies, it doesn't matter if they have $1 to their name or millions of dollars to their name. There are snakes everywhere who are just ready to pounce.
Yep.
Why do you think relatives who were never around in someone's life show up towards the end of it?
Yeah, totally. It's like winning the lottery. You have to, I mean, that's so not what it's like, but how people act it is. You know, like.
Well, it just entitled to money when they've done nothing. And I don't know. I have a good fucking story that one day I'm going to be able to tell you guys, and it's probably going to take a whole ass book to do it. But
I can't wait for that day.
I can't wait.
God.
But legally, right now, I'm not saying nothing.
Legally, allegedly, everything.
Legally, allegedly, and just fucking wait.
Just wait.
Fucking wait, man. Well, you're up first this week.
Which means that you should have a side bitch.
I do.
You do? Okay,
so I'll
let's
keep
hear it.
talking. Okay, this is from the Anderson Independent, February 7th, 1991. And it says, Card of Thanks.
What? Card of thanks?
The family of...
What? Stupid. Tell me.
The family. The family of Mr. Gassy Brown would like to express our sincerest gratitude to those of you who shared with us in our time of sorrow. The kindness you showed will never be forgotten. We would like to express a special thanks to Dr. Winston and the staff at Blank Memorial Hospital.
Now, why is his
The
name
Brown
Gassy?
family.
Why is his name Cassie?
I don't know. I came across it in the archives, Gassy Brown, and I was like, I need to know. And so I tried Googling, like, who is Gassy Brown? And Google, I typed like Gassy Brown, and it was like Gassy Brown discharge, Gassy Brown diarrhea, Gassy Brown, all the things. And so I was like, I'm never going to find this person, but
Fuck.
R.I.P. to them.
Come on, Gassy as a first name is
It's crazy.
Is crazy, but paired with the last name Brown, girl. Exactly. Exactly.
And that's on.
And that is on. God.
Give us an award. Give us an award.
I know. Don't you love us?
God. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week, girly?
Well, girlies, I have to say, last week I talked about candy, but it's the holidays. So I feel like it's okay to continue on some food disasters, I guess.
Okay.
It's a time of eating good food. And for those of you that partake in alcoholic beverages, it's a time for that too.
The merriest time.
Yeah, me included. I am ready to start having hot toddies. The weather's changing. It's getting good. Responsibly, of course, always.
Of course.
Never drink and drive. Never.
So actually, we're having to do these remote sessions because Madison is in a center for the next 90 days. I do actually still live in Southern California.
Hey, that'd be a good cover up.
Oh, okay, let's remember that in case I relapse.
No, we're both locked up.
We are in handcuffs.
But I do have another historical event for you guys that almost feels, and this isn't going to make sense yet, but it almost feels as crazy as spontaneous human combustion.
Okay.
Okay, it's wild, but it has to do with beer. And it will make sense because it involves something bursting and causing absolute chaos. We have got beer, we've got flooding, we've got a funeral that gets interrupted. We've got weird posthumous rituals. So let's dive in to the London beer flood of 1814.
Ooh, let's do it.
Okay, I'm excited to tell you this. Also, bear with us, guys. We're trying to figure out where we should look. Do you guys like us looking straight?
Bear with us. We're trying to figure it out.
Flood the comments. It's not funny. It's terrible. Yeah. All right, so.
Madison Reyes reporting on the beer flood.
Thank you, Spencer Henry. All right, so this story takes place, obviously, in London in October of 1814.
Can you do the whole coffin spinner in a British accent?
The exact area in London is in a pretty rough neighborhood at the time called St. Giles.
A borough?
The population was, I can't do it. The population was mostly Irish Catholics, I read. And this area also had something known as the Rookery, which was apparently like where all the really wild, bad stuff happened. Like,
ooh,
this is where
send me there.
I know, the mischievous stuff happened, honey. Like, get this, sex work. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh my God. Not the oldest occupation in the book.
Oh yeah, we love a little sex work.
Yes, we do. But it was extremely overcrowded. It was pretty filthy. This area has also been written about a lot in novels, and I guess Charles Dickens used to go. I don't know what he was doing there.
Don't bring him up.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Charles.
I just don't want to hear about Charlie today.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway, we'll move on. The area was not the best. The neighborhoods weren't great. And they were like it almost felt just forgotten about. And it seemed sad in the area and bleak, and that they were kind of failed by the system.
Got it.
A lot of people also lived in like basements and cellars, which I'll come back to. But in that area was a brewery called, okay, I looked up the translation. It's MEUX, and all the translators said muh. So it was called Muh & Co.'s Horseshoe Brewery. It sat on Tottenham Court Road, and it kind of like towered over the neighborhood. It was a big building. But there they made porter, and porter is like a dark, heavy ale. I personally think they're gross, but some people love them. It's like Guinness, but like times 100.
Okay.
It's like harsh.
Okay.
Inside the brewery, they had giant wooden vats. I guess one of them was 22 feet high.
Oh, shit.
And huge, full of dark, heavy beer. But the wooden vats were held together by these like iron hoops, like around them. I'm sure you can picture it, like almost like a barrel, like with the iron hoops. So remember.
So they were barrels with iron hoops. Almost like you could picture it, like a barrel with like iron hoops. The facts. We're finding the facts. We're picking up what you're putting down.
Okay. I love it. Call me fucking Miss Rachel. Ooh. Okay, so remember, we are in October. It's October 17th to be exact, and it's a normal Monday at the brewery. Until workers hear a very large snap sound.
Okay.
One of the iron hoops pops off of a vat. Okay. No biggie though, right? Like, let's just get it back on as fast as possible and we'll all be good. Well, wrong. That hoop was holding back 135,000 gallons of beer. The pressure with the iron hoops was crazy.
Well, and the carbonation.
It is a little carbonated. I know, because it's fermenting. But without the iron hoops, imagine, you guys know what happens next, I'm sure. The pressure explodes the vat of beer like a human combustion. Just explodes. And suddenly, everywhere I read described it as a tidal wave of beer.
Fuck.
Smashes through the brewery. Because it was fermenting, it had been fermenting for like 10 months. It was hot too.
Ooh.
gross.
Yeah.
But if that wasn't bad enough, that vat caused a chain reaction. So nearby vats started exploding. And in total, nearly 320,000 gallons of beer exploded out of their wooden vats. It was like a tsunami. Like, it was crazy.
Fuck.
Sometimes I need like a reference to really grasp how much beer that is. And
You're like, so I drank 320,000 beers, honey.
And I'm still standing. But I guess it's if you took like a pint of beer, you would multiply that by almost 3 million. And that's how much beer.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Like 15-foot waves. It blasts out the back of the brewery, the brick wall.
Boom.
It blasts through it, okay? Now we're on the streets. And because this area was so overcrowded, there are homes next door, there are basements, there are cellars, there are kids playing outside. Like, everyone is going about their day as normal. And obviously, without any warning, everything is suddenly flooded. Entire buildings collapse, homes are flooded, people are knocked unconscious, people are swept away, other people are trying to find debris to just float on. Like, it is chaos.
God.
The first people to die I want to talk about, the first was a 14-year-old girl named Eleanor. And she happened to be behind a bar at the Tavistock Arms, which I looked up now. And now it's like, looks like a beautiful hotel, restaurant, and bar.
Yeah.
But at the time it was a pub, and she was behind it. And the flood came through and knocked down the walls of that pub and crushed her.
Fuck.
A few doors down from there was a woman named Mary Bamfield and her 4-year-old daughter, Hannah. They were sitting having tea in their house when suddenly a wave of beer crashed through the house.
Oh, my God.
They flew out the window, killed them
Oh, my
both.
God, out the window.
Yeah. Around the corner from there was a funeral/wake going on. Okay, this is terrible. There was an Irish family having a wake for their toddler, and the toddler was only 2 years old, and his name was John. 5 people were attending the wake, and they were crushed and drowned, including John's mom, the toddler's mom. So in total, 8 people died that day, and all of them were women and children.
Sad.
I know.
Because the men were just like,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Hell yeah.
I pulled an article from like a newspaper clipping from the West Briton from Friday, October 28th, 1814. So 2 weeks after this happened. And it said, "We are happy to hear that there is not a single life lost besides the 8 on whom the inquest has been held."
Okay.
And it talks about them recovering in a hospital, but then it lists the people who were killed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, terrible. So obviously, beyond tragic and chaotic, everything is soaked in beer. There's debris everywhere. There's bodies. 8 people died, but so many people were injured.
Yeah.
When I was writing this, I was thinking about the smell, and I was thinking about, like, the grossest smell to me is if someone pukes and they had drank.
Yeah.
Like that sour.
Yep.
And I just can't imagine already Victorian London, how bad
Girl,
it smelled.
they were so fucking smelly.
So smelly, and add dark, heavy, carbonated beer.
They just peed brown, probably.
Oh, it probably stunk for months.
Oh, I'm sure.
So people are pulling bodies from basements, cellars, everywhere, having to lay them out for everyone to see and identify. But in the most Victorian way possible, it kind of becomes a spectacle. The dead were laid out in public in their coffins so that everyone could pay their respects.
Okay.
And by pay, they literally did pay. Like, they would throw money into the coffin. They would throw pennies into the coffins.
Oh, shit.
But locals started allegedly charging admission to see the bodies. And there was a pub called The Ship on Bainbridge Street that hosted several of the bodies in its back room. And people would throw pennies at them.
People will do anything for a buck.
Anything for a buck.
Damn.
There are stories, and I say this loosely because it seems far-fetched, but the whole thing feels far-fetched, so I don't know. But I guess some reports claimed that so many people came to see the bodies that the floor collapsed and
my God.
threw more people into the basement filled with beer.
Fuck.
I don't know if there's any reports if that's
I'm going to
really
believe that
true.
that's true.
I read it in an article that I have linked, but who knows? Also, we talk about dark tourism a lot on here, and it's not anything new. This incident, I guess many people started visiting the brewery itself, like to see where it all went down. And the brewery leaned into it, charged them a penny to come see where the chaos started.
It's so wild.
It's so wild. But also, the flood was so bizarre that obviously rumors started spreading.
Like conspiracies?
Not conspiracies, but rumors about the aftermath. So some people claimed that people were out in the streets drinking beer from the gutters. Like
I bet.
Getting cups, using boots, just scooping puddles of beer.
Yeah.
There's even a story of a man who allegedly drank himself to death on the flood beer. Like he died
I picture
of
like
alcohol
Homer
poisoning.
Simpson.
I know, like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I am Homer Simpson. But historians say that that's probably fake. No one actually died that way, but still, I enjoy that story.
I love that. Yeah.
Another thing that I read was that like people were at a hospital nearby and smelled the beer and thought that there was like a party going on. So they tried to break out of the hospital to like go.
Let me at it, man.
Ow, I would love that. But I want to read a little excerpt from history.com, who has a wonderful article on this, like really goes deep into detail. But it says, quote, "The Morning Post reported at the time that it was one of the most melancholy accidents we ever remember. While all inside the brewery survived, the London beer flood claimed the lives of 8 women and children. The 5 dead mourners who gathered at John Seville's wake were waked themselves at the Ship Public House down Bainbridge Street from the brewery. Anne Seville now joined her son in a coffin next to those of Elizabeth Smith, Catherine Butler, Mary Mulvey, and her 3-year-old son, Thomas Murray. The shrouded coffins of Eleanor Cooper, Hannah Banfield, and 3-year-old Sarah Bates were laid out in a nearby yard as a stream of Londoners paid their respects and clinked pennies and shillings onto a plate to pay for their funerals."
Aww.
So people did come together. But after all that, you'd think that somebody would have been held responsible, right? Like the brewery. Well, the coroner called it an act of God.
Oh.
And the brewery didn't have to pay a dime to any of the victims' families. And I guess Parliament even refunded the brewery's beer tax.
Oh, come on. Well, I guess it is a lot of money, but it's like they should fund the funerals for the people who died in this disaster.
I know. So the families got nothing, and the rich brewery, I mean, I don't know if they were rich, but, you know, they got a
big
rebate.
brewery.
Yeah, they got a big rebate. And the public, I guess, was kind of sympathetic to the brewery, too. Like, they're like, oh, man, like, you lost so much beer.
Crazy.
I know. But I guess the brewery rebuilt and operated for more than 100 more years, and they finally closed down in 1921. But I read that that brewery spot is now the location of the Dominion Theater, which was like a really... I think it's still there. It's a beautiful theater. And I was reading that like Charlie Chaplin showed some film there, and they do Broadway stuff. So
fascinating.
I know. Very sad though.
Very sad.
Who would have thought?
Jesus. I mean, it's something that feels and sounds so unbelievable. But when you hear my coffin spinner this week,
Okay.
you're going to wish it was beer.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, let's take another quick break. And then when we come back, we'll hear what had Spencer spinning in his coffin. We'll be right back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, girly, you know what had me spinning in my coffin this week because we were spinning together.
Ooh, baby. Yes, I do. Let's hear it. I know nothing, though, about this.
I'm so excited. It's my turn in the kitchen now, Geoffs. So I am going to be talking about the Great Molasses Flood, which had me spinning. And I have been wanting to talk about this disaster forever because it's one of those stories in history that, again, sounds like made up. Mm-hmm. But then, unfortunately, it's absolutely true and it's absolutely brutal. And there's a lot of similarities you'll see when I'm talking about my coffin spinner that you had in yours this week. We were talking, I don't know, every once in a while, you guys know we like to do a joint coffin spinner. And so this is kind of our take on that. But you're going to come back with me, Geoff. So we're moving a little forward. We're out of the 1800s. We are at January 15th, 1919. And we are in Boston, Massachusetts. And it is ironically warm that day.
Okay.
So warm that everybody is like on this Wednesday morning, early afternoon is just out and about. Kids are playing outside. In January in Boston, it's usually pretty fucking cold.
Yeah. We were there in February and it was really cold.
Freezing.
Yeah.
So everyone's just kind of doing their day to day. And then all of a sudden, they hear this large crack.
Oh, God. Crack is whack.
Crack is whack, girls. So a little time goes by. There's no sense of impending doom until a low rumble can be heard in the distance. And this was around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody was that concerned. I mean, the Boston train, which was an above ground train system, had a very similar rumbling sound. So I think everybody just assumes at this point it's just a train making its way into town.
Okay.
But boy, were they wrong because things were about to get sticky, baby. And I need to give you all a visual. So picture like the town, whatever. There's train tracks, right? And sitting next to the main like train track is this massive 50-foot tall tank that was built by the Purity Distilling Company 4 years prior in 1915. So this thing's it's 50 feet tall. It's massive.
Okay.
The tank was filled to the brim with molasses. 2.3 million gallons worth.
What?
Yeah, that's how much molasses was in that bitch.
That's like 5 times the beer.
Yeah, crazy.
Holy shit. And sticky.
Sticky. I was curious. I was like, Boston girlies, why do you need so much fucking molasses? Like, what are you, the epicenter of root beer floats or something?
What are you, Canada?
Yeah. But no, it turns out they needed molasses because of the alcohol that it produces. It was used locally sometimes to make rum, but it was also, more importantly, at the time used for ammunition. So the industrial alcohol that was derived from the molasses was actually used in bombs. Okay. Yeah. So 3 days prior to the incident, a steamer ship had arrived at the Boston harbor and pumped 600,000 gallons of warm molasses into the 50-foot tank.
And Gassy Brown was the ship captain.
Well, okay, so it's kind of a similar situation to yours where there was like molasses that already existed in this vat, obviously, and it had already started the fermentation process. So you take that and you couple it with the oddly warm winter day and the unreliable tank, ended up causing this massive rupture, and bitch, it just explodes. It's
fuck.
So
God.
You have to picture it's like a tsunami wave, right? Like instead of the waves of beer, it's fucking molasses. It's thick, it's sticky, and it just begins flooding the city, destroying everything in its path. So trains are literally being pushed off the tracks, like off the rails. Buildings are crushed. An entire firehouse is shoved out of the way. And obviously, if you were a person or unfortunately animal in that path, you were fucked.
Yeah.
Right? From the Boston Post, quote, many of its victims suffocated because they were smothered in the molasses that enveloped the area or were crushed by the wreckage it caused. There was no escape from the wave. Caught. Human being and animal alike could not flee. Running in it was impossible. Snared in its flood was to be stifled. Once it smeared ahead, human or animal, there was no coughing off the sticky mass. To attempt to wipe it with your hands just made it worse. Most of those who died from suffocation because it plugged nostrils almost airtight. And I'm like, that is a new fear that I never thought I would have. But like, I think just the thickness of it was just, it's not like something that you could swim through or that you could just like, once you're out of it, you could dry off. It's like, no, it's fucking molasses. It's like stuck to you.
I think of like tar.
Totally. They actually compare it to tar. Like it's almost tar-like with with the texture of it, but it's just smells like candy.
But then once it hardens too, it's probably like cement.
God, I don't fucking know. But I do know that in total, hundreds of people were injured and 21 were killed.
Oh, God.
And I actually was able to find some of their stories listed by the Boston Globe. It was reported on boston.com. There's a great article that I linked. And some of the stories are from the book Dark Tide, The Great Boston Molasses Flood of 1919, which was written by Stephen Paleo, and it's really good. And one of the first stories that I learned about was the story of Pasquale Iontosca, who was a 10-year-old who lived on Charter Street in Boston and was reportedly collecting firewood near the molasses tank when he was home from school for lunch when the explosion occurred. And according to the author of the book, Stephen, the boy's father, Giuseppe, was watching from their apartment window and saw the moment that his son disappeared in the viscous mass. He searched for hours for his son. I just cannot imagine like the heartbreak of seeing something like that.
It's a nightmare.
There was an article that was posted on January 22nd that said, identify boy killed in molasses tank disaster. The body of the boy found in the ruins caused by the collapse of the molasses tank on Commercial Street has been identified as that of Pasquale Iontosca, 10 years old, of 115 Charter Street, North End. There was another story about a man named Martin Clafferty who woke up in a sea of sticky molasses, and it says, I thought I was overboard, says survivor of North End disaster whose mother was killed. Quote, the family of the 34-year-old Stephen Clafferty argued that his death later in an insane asylum was caused by the trauma he sustained in the flood that killed his mother, but they were awarded no damages for his death, according to Dark Tide. He had been eating lunch with his sister in their home when the explosion occurred, and both were hurled into the street. Terrible. Just cannot fucking imagine. And then there's a story about a man, an engineer named George Lay, and it says, quote, the 38-year-old firefighter assigned to Engine 31 was crushed in the wreckage of the nearby firehouse, according to Paleo and the Boston Globe. Members of the Boston Fire Department chopped and dug at the debris of the station's quarters to rescue those who had been buried when the molasses flood caused part of the building to collapse. It was nearly 4 hours after the disaster that the work of these men was finished, and then it was when the body of George Lay, third engineer on the fireboard, was taken from under heavy timbers held down by the piano and pool table, still warm but with life extinct, the Globe reported. He left behind a wife and 3 children.
Oh, so sad.
And then there's a story about a man named Thomas Noonan, who was 43 years old. He was a longshoreman from Ireland. And according to the Globe, he served in the British Army for 10 years, spent 7 years in India, and then moved to Charlestown in 1903 and was working down at the waterfront. Quote, he and his son, Carthage Noonan, were returning from South Boston to go home when on Commercial Street were caught in the flood of molasses and wreckage, the Globe reported. Noonan died at the hospital, and his 14-year-old son was treated for injuries. He was survived by his wife, 4 other sons, and 3 daughters. I have one more that I want to talk about because I thought it was kind of interesting. There's a man named John Cyberlick. He was a 69-year-old blacksmith who worked in a local paving yard. And according to the Globe, quote, he was born in Germany and became a naturalized citizen. A resident of Roxbury, he was also widely known in South Boston, where he previously lived. He'd been working for the city for about 47 years. It was his custom to go into the office to rest after his noon meal each day, the Globe reported. He died of his injuries at the Haymarket Square Relief Station. He was survived by a sister who lived in South Natick. His wife had died almost a year to the day before him. So sad.
So sad.
It's just crazy to think like something like that could happen at any moment.
I was literally, because there's a window where my computer is, where I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what would happen if just something burst in here? Like, there's nothing you can do. You can't prepare for shit like that.
No, be thrown out of the... I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but getting thrown out of the window would be so fucking crazy.
I know.
Honestly, I'm shocked that they weren't, like, the families weren't really offered a lot of relief in either of our stories, at least from what I gather, because while nobody expected something this devastating to happen, all of the signs were like, yeah, this absolutely was something that was plausible to happen, because structural engineers had actually reported that the walls of the tanks were too thin to be able to sustain the thick molasses and that it would eventually crack. And in fact, many locals already knew and complained of the tank's pre-existing cracks before this deadly event. They said you could see molasses dripping out of the cracks on the sides of the tanks. And so they complained. And what did the officials do? Instead of trying to figure out a more secure method to ensure nothing like this happened, they fucking painted the tank dark brown, and they were like, now you can't see the molasses dripping out the side. And it's ridiculous, but very similar. Like in yours, there was men apparently getting boots and filling them up with beer. Prior to the molasses flood, I guess kids would go down with buckets and collect molasses that came out of the side of the tank because, you know, it's a sweet treat. You could use it.
But it was breaking.
Yeah. Well, the aftermath was wild because, I mean, beer would be really hard to clean up, but molasses is even harder because
couldn't imagine.
Basements had been flooded with molasses. Streets were knee deep in syrup. The harbor was turning brown, and everything, people, horses, debris, even telegraph poles were just kind of glued in place. And it wasn't like cleaning up water. It was thick and cold and relentless, but at least it probably smelled delicious.
Yeah, that's true.
At first, locals and rescue crews tried to just dig people and animals out by hand. Firefighters were using axes, saws, and shovels, but the molasses was so dense that trying to like scoop it felt like they were trying to move concrete with it. Eventually, they started running salt water through the Boston Harbor through the fire hoses, and it helped to dissolve the molasses. And then they dumped sand on the streets in order to absorb some of it as well. And then street sweepers and brooms were used just day and night for weeks, blasting and scrubbing the streets until they stopped being sticky. But it stuck. I mean, it was all over Boston. People were tracking it everywhere. I mean, how do you avoid it? Telephones, doorknobs stayed sticky and tacky long after. Like, there's accounts that say the smell of molasses lingered for decades, especially when it was hot in the summer. Locals swore you could still smell it in the 60s.
I bet. I just think about the ants, too. Like, oh my God, all the sugar.
Oh, yeah. They were probably loving it. They probably did it.
They probably did do it.
Yeah, they were like,
they're behind it.
Let's fucking go.
A Bug's Life Part 5 or whatever.
So that is the molasses flood.
Wow. That is terrible.
Crazy. I actually first learned about that, I think, at Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Well, believe that or not.
And believe it or not, it's time for some obituaries.
Oh my gosh, let's do it. Okay, I am doing something that we have not done before. But
Okay.
I just feel like there are some obituaries that deserve another reading.
Okay.
Okay, and this obituary was from our 19th episode. And I don't know if you remember it. I didn't remember it. I had to search. I thought I just came across this gold mine. I just feel like he needs another round. Okay. Okay, this is for Randall Jacobs. And actually, you read it.
Oh.
So now I'm doing it.
Oh, so you're just stealing my content.
I am, but it's so good.
Okay, let's hear it. I don't remember it.
Okay. Randall Jacobs of Phoenix died at age 65, having lived a life that would have sent a lesser man to his grave decades earlier. His friends called him RJ, but to his family, he was Uncle Bunky, a.k.a.
Oh my God, yes.
the Bunkster.
I remember the Bunkster.
He told his last joke, which cannot be printed here, on May 4th, 2020. Uncle Bunky burned the candle and whatever else was handy at both ends. He spoke in a gravely patois of wisecracks, mangled metaphors, and inspired profanity that reflected the Arizona dive bars, Colorado ski slopes, and various dodgy establishments where he spent his days and nights. He was a living, breathing, hang-loose sign, a swaggering hybrid of Zony desert rat, SoCal hobo, and Telluride ski bum. A prolific purveyor of bunkyisms, such as "Save it, clown," or Zebo if he was in a mood. He would mercilessly tease his goombats nephews with nicknames such as Mudflap and Style Master. Just days after his beloved cat Kitters passed away, he too succumbed to the Great Gradu, leaving behind a vapor trail of memories and a piece of sage advice lingering in his loved one's ears. Do what Bunky say, not what Bunky do. For all his chaotic energy and hysterical charm, he had a gentle soul. A night out with Bunky could result in a court summons or a world-class hangover, but his friends and family would drop whatever they were doing to make a trip out to see him. His impish smile and irreverent sense of humor were enough to quell whatever sensibilities he offended. He didn't mean any harm. That was just Bunky being Bunky. When the end drew near, he left us with a final Bunkyism. I'm ready for the dirt nap, but you can't leave the party if you can't find the door. He found the door, but the party will never be the same without him. In lieu of flowers, please pay someone's open bar tab, smoke a bowl, and fearlessly carve out some fresh lines through the trees on the gnarliest side of the mountain.
Aw, hell yeah. Rest in peace, Uncle Bunky.
Uncle Bunky, we love you.
We love him. Oh my God, what a oldie but goodie. That was, early episode.
Yeah.
How funny.
I know.
Okay.
I just had to.
So mine's an obituary Madison read. Mine is also themed to my coffin spinner. This is from January 20th, 1913 from the Courier News. And it says, 8 Molasses lived till 87.
Hell yeah.
Descendant of Daniel Boone began cycling when 70 years old. Wakefield, Massachusetts. January 20th, William Boone Eldred, who believed that by eating a gallon of molasses a week, he had prolonged his life many years, died here at the age of 87. He ate molasses on all of his food. When 70 years old, Eldred began riding a bicycle. According to his figures, he rode 20,000 miles in 17 years. He was a descendant of Daniel Boone.
Wow.
Loved. So that was his theory. I'm just going to... A gallon of molasses a week.
Hell yeah.
See, what are they putting in our food now? Because people used to fucking eat and do wild shit and they were fucking fine. It really is.
He also died really early.
Not this guy.
I know, but
he had the secret.
He had the secret.
So maybe that's something we got to try.
Yeah. Perfect. I love molasses. Sugar. It's just all sugar.
Oh, kiss my molasses.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right. Well, it's that time. We have spun in our coffins.
We have bitched our obituaries.
It means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Who you got?
Okay. Have I got a dumbass criminal for you? This is from Fox13News.com. It says, New Smyrna Beach, Florida. A Florida man is facing numerous charges after police say he spent hours unsupervised inside a Walgreens helping himself to chips, chocolate, and Newport cigarettes.
Hell yeah.
New Smyrna Beach police went to a Walgreens store located on State Road 44 around 3 a.m. on Monday to investigate a business alarm going off. Police said the alarm company told them that there was a man inside the store, which closed at 10 p.m. Officers arriving at the store said they saw a man through the front doors taking packs of cigarettes from behind the counter.
Uh-huh.
In body cam video, which we'll post because we've got it here, police can be heard asking the man inside, later identified as Christopher Morgan, what time it is as burglar alarm blares in the background.
What time is it? What time is it?
Probably 11 o'clock.
Morgan answers that it was 11 p.m. An officer can be heard saying he did just grab a pack of smokes, though. He told officers that he didn't think there was anyone else inside the store, adding that he went to use the bathroom. Police said security footage showed Morgan entering the Walgreens around 9:40 and going into the bathroom. He is then seen exiting the restroom at around 2:24 a.m. and walking around the store, treating himself to food and cigarettes without trying to get out or call for help.
I want to do that.
Me too.
If I could just walk around a store.
Okay, this is what he took, according to officers. Several items, including Tostitos spinach dip, chips, Reese's chocolate,
Yep.
Ghirardelli chocolate bars,
Yep.
Dr. Pepper,
Yep.
and Newport cigarettes while inside the store.
Love.
After telling him how to unlock the doors so he could get outside, police promptly arrested him. They said he resisted and spit on an officer while being placed inside the patrol car.
Oh,
and
God.
He was charged with burglary of an unoccupied structure, larceny, petite theft, resisting an officer without violence, and battery on a law enforcement.
Oh, it was just a little petite theft.
He was hungry.
Bitch, why was I saying the other day to the champ? I was like, I could never be a cop. We were watching Weapons. Mm-hmm. And if you've seen Weapons, you know. But I was like,
so good. That guy is hot.
Hot. But what happens to him, the tent scene? Mm-hmm. I was like,
I know, with the needles.
Girls.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, my dumbass is also a Florida man, and this is from the New York Post. It says, quote, he's in hot water. A Florida man booked for alleged drug possession was also carrying a much larger contraband, a thermos he had apparently shoved up his rectum before he was captured, authorities said.
God love him.
Walter Freimeyer, 51, was arrested for the 26th time Saturday evening after someone called in reports of a naked man in a restroom at the public park. At the scene, authorities found him, but he was clothed. He was initially released since he wasn't in any technical violation, but then wandered across the street and allegedly trespassed on nearby train tracks. The responding deputy frisked Freimeyer and found a glass pipe with burned residue consistent with methamphetamine. He admitted to being a meth user for 28 years. Figuring that was all the items on his person, he was charged with trespassing and possession of methamphetamine. He was transported to the local county jail without an issue until he walked through the body scanner. Judd, who sees just about everything as Sunshine State Sheriff, was flabbergasted. I've talked about meth doing crazy stuff to you, right? You ain't gonna believe this, he said. There is an x-ray, which God. I will share.
Okay. Oh, God.
An x-ray clearly depicted a foreign object lodged in his body, poking from his hip up to his rib. The foreign object was a thermos that Freimeyer said he didn't swallow. You might have thought Walter was bringing drugs into the jail, but he brought a thermos into the jail. That's right. He put it up the exit ramp. You know what I mean? Polk County Sheriff Grady said, just before holding up a thermos he estimated was the same one as the size inside Freimeyer. He was taken to a specialist who surgically removed the thermos before he was finally put behind bars. The deputy saved his life, and that was after Walter threatened to kill the deputy for arresting him, Judd said. It's unclear if anything was inside the thermos, but he didn't face any additional charges.
Oh, God.
God bless him. Let him go at that point.
I know your rectum's kind of like a vacuum. Like once you put something up there, it like goes up.
Yeah, they say that, like, I think that's when we've talked about like x-ray stories and stuff before, or even just I feel like I've heard, like, if you're going to put something up your butt, it has to have like a thing on the end, like a base so that it doesn't get sucked up.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, girl. Crazy.
Oh,
so
brother.
Truly a dumb ass criminal.
A dumb ass criminal. Oh my God.
Well, GFs, don't forget, we are doing our book club on Patreon. And we just announced our new title on last week's Patreon episode. So go head on over there to find out everything you want to know. Patreon.com/cultleader. And don't forget, Obituary, the big hot book of death, makes the perfect addition to anyone's holiday wish list.
That's so true. So good. God.
And
love that book.
And that's it for the week. But we'll be back next week with some more coffin spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb
ass
criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.